to you and good morning to all your listeners. I think Action SA is on a mission, and it looks like they're fishing in the pond of the DA. And so I think the DA must be very worried that a lot of the senior politicians are jumping ship, as it were, to join Action SA. And the DA has been criticized. You'll remember that Athol moved when the DA got rid of Mmusi Maimane. And so I think the DA must be worried this morning that the message of Action SA seems to be appealing to former DA members and I think also current DA members.
So how do we read that? If we say that quite a number of senior politicians previously with the Democratic Alliance are now heading over to Action SA, if we're saying that is a version of sort of a DA light, is that a good thing for South African politics?
I think Herman Mashaba is filling a gap to the black voters. Under Mmusi, the DA was almost getting a lot of more black voters into the party and into the fold. But if you look at Action SA performance in the municipal elections, it shows that they've got crossover appeal to the middle class and as well as to the working class in the areas where they have performed well. And so I think they are taking their performance in the latest municipal elections. I think they only participated in 14 municipalities and not all over the country. With Herman Mashaba resigning from the city of Johannesburg, he is clearly on a mission looking at 2024 and hoping that their party can play a role in getting the ANC under 50%. I mean, he's been very vocal about not working with the ANC and their mission to make sure that they free the country of what they call the ANC crony corruption.
Bongani Baloyi, the former DA Midvaal mayor, was the last sort of big political heavyweight to move from the Democratic Alliance to Action SA. It firmly has its sights, Herman Mashaba and his party, on 2024.
I think so. They haven't even moved into the Western Cape yet, and we know this is one of a DA stronghold. Already we've seen in the Western Cape in the municipal elections that they didn't do that well, but Patricia de Lille's good party have managed to take a lot of voters away from the DA. I mean, in the area where I live, in the Drakensberg municipality, they moved from 0 to 3 seats. And so, putting Action SA in the mix, if you look at the performance of Good in this municipal area, they took from the DA, and I think that the DA will continue to bleed. The DA won't like this, but they didn't do that well under John Steenhuisen. If you look at the performance in this last municipal elections, and so the pressure is really on the DA to keep their voters loyal to them as we move to the national elections. Now, as you know, national elections have got quite a different dynamic to local government elections. But, I think Action SA has got a sniff, and they see an opportunity, and they are going to take their message, I think, national.
Yeah.
That we can read with Herman Mashaba resigning from the city of Johannesburg to say, I would like to build a party nationally.
Speaking of smaller parties, Patricia de Lille's Good Party, as you just said, performed well in certain municipalities, but wasn't really a shining light, I wouldn't say, in the local government elections previously. As was the case with the EFF, which remains 10%ers in terms of its share of the vote. Put that and sort of contrasted with the performance of a party like Action SA, it's an exciting time for voters, perhaps, in terms of having a viable alternative heading to 2024, even though there are still a number of issues that perhaps voters will have difficulty sort of coming to terms with, particularly maybe Herman Mashaba's tough stance on immigration might be a stalling point for some people?
I think voters, like you say, voters are spoiled for choice. Those who are feeling still uncomfortable. I've had friends of mine saying, you know what, I can't really vote for the DA. But they feel quite comfortable with the message that Herman Mashaba preaches. When he was the mayor of Johannesburg, he was very pragmatic. He was seen as being very hands-on. although a reluctant politician, I think he quickly got used to working in the city of Johannesburg, what he could do. And I read his book, got it in front of me, The Accidental Mayor, where he shares, the gains that they could make by following a very pragmatic approach to politics as opposed to a very ideological one. And so voters who are still not sure whether who are comfortable with the DA, feel comfortable with Herman Mashaba's action essay. They like the broad appeal. I think they like the non-racialism, the fact that he resonates with them, and of course I think it also helps that he's been a very successful and continue to be a very successful businessman who doesn't really need politics. He's not in it for the money. He's got his own money. He really, the appeal to the voters is that here's a politician that has taken a tough stance, very pragmatic, and telling it like it is.
Yeah. Perhaps giving the DA a run for its money in 2024 as the official opposition.
I think, to build a party, you need structures on the ground, and the blue machine is very good. If you've got municipalities and you've got ward councillors and you've got structures and branches, and I think Action SA is on the rise. Maybe not 2024, maybe 2029, 2030, but it is a party on a mission. They're very clear. We want to unseat the ANC. Get them under 50% and play a constructive role in the coalition governments, which I think is the future. If you look at the local government elections, is that we're going to see probably more provincial governments, coalitions going forward. So Action SA has proved that if you have a focused strategy, that you can really make a difference in the political landscape.
Dr. Harlan Cloete, let me thank you for your time this morning.